Cash and the ticket is yours.
Inside here, you know, you get an insight and you know something, you know, but you don't want to say it out loud because you're kind of afraid that it's not going to be really true and it'll spoil the whole thing for you, you know. But when somebody makes you say it, then, and it's true, then it just makes it more beautiful of a thing.
Break down. revenge match is set. No One versus Team Rat for the grand finals of the PC Diamond Division. Like I said, this is a revenge match. This is a rematch of the winners finals where No One went down 3-1. So here they are looking for their revenge. I'm Joker's Ransom. He's 2Tryhard Ray, and we are here ready to get this underway.
Yeah, I actually casted that match 2 weeks ago between Team Rat and No One. It was a crazy match. 3-1 didn't really tell the whole story. Every map was tightly contested, very close, but Team Rat ended up getting that dub. And while we are talking about it, let's go ahead and bring up that bracket and talk about how we got here. Like you mentioned, they played each other in the winners finals. Team Rat gets the dub, and then No One fulfills the prophecy to get themselves back to the grand finals in order to taste that sweet, sweet revenge and pile on some sweet, sweet championships on top of it.
Yeah, as they are obviously they beat the Balloons in that losers finals, and if you look at that bracket, the Balloons took them to 5 maps. So that Team Rat to 5 maps. So that's not to say that this should be a very close series here, if everything goes to plan in any way for either of these two teams. But that's going to matter, well, based on the players coming in for both of these two teams. As we take a look at Team Rat here, we've got Symbiotic and Lucas the King on the DPS role. Over Death manning the tank, and Cornelius and Hey It's Lion on that support line.
Yeah, their support line was very quietly putting in massive amounts of work. And then just the synergy between their tanks and their DPS was on display. But Hey It's Lion and Cornelius were a devastating support duo. So just keep an eye out for all of those players, but specifically that support line, as we now bring you the No One lineup. We know them from console. They've moved over to the PC. Pick Joe and Distill on that DPS line. Incredible. Splash, we all know him from the console scene. Big name from back in the day. And then Burrito, and who doesn't know Munchin, man? Munchin is the man.
I don't know who Munchin Carrot is. All I know is Munking. Yeah, this should be an interesting series. I feel like it will be lost, though, if No One goes down early, because I feel like, specifically Splash, knowing him personally, he does like to tilt sometimes. And when things get rough, he might start tilting and just not care anymore. So look for No One to start things off early and get this first map under their belt. As our first map will, in fact, be Lijiang Tower here. And I mean, who would have guessed it? One of the most popular control maps is our first map for the grand finals here.
I'm legit getting more Lijiang in my casting career now than I am King's Row. It's kind of crazy. But I love me some Lijiang. I'm not sick of it yet. I haven't crossed that King's Row line yet where I'm just rolling my eyes when I get Lijiang Tower. So I think it's very similar in what people like about King's Row. It's very versatile, and you can play what works for you. I mean, we know King's Row is known for, brawl-centric Ramacha Reinhardt compositions, but I've seen plenty of teams come in with Wrecking Ball-style compositions and make it work very well. It's the same thing with Lijiang Tower. Control Center, Night Market, you can play Brawl there, Night Market, Gardens, very diveable, but you can still make Brawl work. So it just opens itself up to so many different styles of compositions to play.
It really does. It really does. As we're waiting for the readies from the teams, as we are about to head into game to start things off for the grand finals, the NA Diamond PC division. And we're loading in to start things off on Evening Market.
Yeah, evening. Sorry, I refuse to call it that. Night market. It's still night market in my heart, okay? As we all know what night market is known for. It's going to be, generally speaking, especially with Team Rat. I believe last time they played this map, because they started out on Lijiang in the previous series, and Team Rat got the dub. They started out with the Reinhardt composition while no one was trying to play ball-based compositions with the Pharah. This time they're starting on the D.Va, and that was actually the change they made after ball wasn't working so well. Was they swapped to D.Va, and that started to work very well. Team Rat get started on the D.Va as well. So we got D.Va v D.Va slugfest. The one thing I'm liking is we're seeing two I like the Sombra coming out from Lucas the King. He was a very dominating effort in the previous match on the Sombra, and if you can get some hacks onto Splash and get that defense matrix down, D.Va becomes very easy to take down.
Yeah, definitely. As we see here, that they're going to start things off with this Pharmercy like you were talking about here. See, Distill, whenever I've casted no one, is been a menace on this Pharah. They've got to continue to be so, but the hack coming in onto Burrito going to take him out already. They do find the trade on the Symbiotic, but they've got to lock things down. Without that Ana healing, they are so much more susceptible to the rest of Team Rat, but Joe comes in, takes out Hey It's a Lion. Distill comes in as well and clears things up. It's just the tank left on the point, as well as Symbiotic on that Tracer. But they're going to clear them out, and in the end, no one is going to start things off.
Yeah, unfortunately, they lost their honor early, but that didn't matter because Distill continued to just exist in the skies and continued to rain so much damage onto the point. And no one put any pressure because they lost Symbiotic on the Echo so early, who's now swapped over to the Tracer, and Lucas is now swapping over to the Cassidy because they have to do something about Distill. They can't let him control the skies like this.
No, you really can't, but well, look at that. Already have taken Lucas out of this fight and pretty much wrapping things up now, finding 2 more picks to go along with it. Symbiotic trying as they will to take out Burrito, and they do in the end, but again, it's just not enough to change anything for Team Rat right now.
Yeah, that's just going to be a tactical reset for Symbiotic, as no one is just taking dominance and control on Night Market, as Distill on this Pharah is just playing beautifully. I saw him in the previous, I believe it was the Ramatra Rumble that no one won for the Diamond Division, was just so dominant on the Pharah and is continuing to show why he's a known commodity in the PC Diamond tier.
As now, Piccho is taking a quick nap. Symbiotic in the back looking to take out Burrito yet again. But it's going to be Piccho, the one to go down early on. Lion gets the nano boost as well here, so it's not looking too hot for him. As the barrage comes over the top right there, and then to lock things down right yet again. As the self-destruct comes in from Overdeath, but it's not going to find anything either, as it's up to 90%.
One has to think that was a major mistake coming out of Team Rat Joker. I don't think they meant to nano their Kiriko into that fight. As we have Overdeath going over to the ball, trying to get back faster, but at this point it's too little, too late. No one takes map 1, Night Market, on Lijiang Tower in a dominating 100-0 fashion.
Yeah, they are starting things off very well here, as, like I said, they need to start here early to get things in their favor, well, they're doing so, especially with the high-level gameplay that we're seeing from Distill currently. But they are going to be making some swaps, because we are, in fact, heading in to Control Center.
Yeah, this is where we saw Team Rat. They had a very it wasn't like dominating, but the Ramatra versus the Reinhardt, they ended up taking this map like 100 to 70 or so, like that. The Ramatra against the Reinhardt, if you're playing these compositions in an ideal world, the Ramatra should win. One thing they're going to have to be very careful about is Piccho on the Symmetra. They're going to have to get these turrets down very quickly and not allow them to set up and get things going with that beam.
Well, they've already really set themselves up. They've taken White Room away from Team Rat. Now they're going to have to push in to these Symmetra turrets as Hey, It's Lion's already falling victim to the microwave that is no one's composition, forcing them to regroup and re-attack this one again.
Yeah, as Hey It's Lion got an incredible bio nade onto Splash, but it didn't matter because Burrito on the Baptiste had that immortality field ready, and then they're just healing for each other so well. Just look at Big Joe. Oh, 80% to the photon barrier already.
It is huge, but Lucas is in the back line, and no one's really taking a look at him, and that's going to bode poorly for Munching in the end. Finally, the rotation comes through from no one, but they've already lost their Lucio, and they're going to lose Splash as well here unless there's some hero plays coming in. The Shatter somehow not connecting to anyone, as now they come through. Does Team Rat, the Nano Boost coming in, maybe a little bit overkill for Team Rat to complete this point, but thankfully they didn't use any other ultimates in response to take the point back.
So I agree with you to a certain extent, Joker. It was overkill because they still would have won the point regardless, but they would not have been able to take this aggressive push if they allowed their Overdeath Ramatra to go down, especially since he has Annihilation. So I think all things considered, very smart move, and I like that TP teleport.
That TP teleport already taking them away from that Swan hold that they were looking to do. Now the Photon Barrier coming in to get them back to this point and set up well. The Blizzard, though, they're in response, and Munching does not have Sound Barrier up and ready as It's Lion Symbiotic come in strong with 2 picks and wrap things up yet again into the favor of Team Rat.
And they're able to win that fight. Oh, they commit 3 ults, so it was a hefty fight, but they take the lead in percentage, and they forced out 2 ultimates from no one. So all things considered, it's a dub, but no one gets to come back into this next fight. They can use the Sound Barrier as an engagement tool because Team Rat has nothing. You know, no tank ult, no DPS ultimates. So Munching is free to use this Sound Barrier as he pleases.
Yeah, definitely, and if they can, they should be able to build up to another Sound Barrier to perhaps keep them up and healthy when the next Annihilation comes online, as there's the Sound Barrier coming in to keep everyone up and healthy. Now forcing back Team Rat, getting this point back into their favor fairly quickly as they do get up to 73% now.
As an anti-nade's gonna force Splash to play a little bit more safe, but Munching's already down. Luke is continuing to get picks.
That's not good at all. Now you're seeing no one fully retreat, but they've lost it still. But the Shatter comes through, but the anti-nade in response, trying to turn the tide of that fight. But again, it's just not big enough. No follow-up was there, and now Team Rat has a free ingress to the point.
Free ingress, but we are sitting at pretty much even percentage coming out from both teams. But this is Team Rat's chance to bring it home and tie it up on Lijiang Tower. They have about 4 ultimates they're coming up on, so this is going to be extremely tough for no one, barring a miracle window.
As that Dragon Strike's already set down, Splash is the Annihilation with the Nano Boost doing wonders. Can we call that mega Annihilation or something like that? I'm not very creative, Ray, but that was a lot of death.
I feel you. I mean, that's just the power of, you know, being able to come back into that fight. The power of the Hanzo, honestly speaking, Lucas. Getting those picks in the fight, then being able to re-engage and take that point just off the back of Lucas's headshots. Then they built up to their ultimates, and that's when they were able to apply the ultimate pressure, and there was nothing no one could do. As we now head into Gardens, which is going to favor the dive style composition, generally speaking, that no one is set to play with this pharmacy once again. But Team Rat, they're looking to stay on this Ramatra composition, which I'm excited for because I love the interaction between Ramatra and D.Va, because D.Va can't eat Ramatra punches, but, you know, can eat that primary damage. So it's all going to be about trying to put pressure and forcing out that Nemesis form as quickly as possible if you're Splash.
Yeah, definitely. As Well, now they come through here. They've already getting that extra damage coming through, but that Sombra is going to come back in from Symbiotic with Splash there and ready for the peel, keeping them in this fight. But Lucas almost takes down Piccho, but almost counts in horseshoes and hand grenades as Piccho is the one to come out on top of the duel and open things up more into the favor of no one, as Overdeath is currently on the point trying to get that in their favor, but it does not seem to be working just yet. But Distill is going to go down as well, so it's still anyone's point at the moment, and it still seems like Team Rat now has this upper hand after losing the support of no one.
Yeah, I think that might have been a hack onto Munching while, you know, above the what is it, like the little river koi pond or whatever is beneath the gardens, and he just fell in. So very great job by Symbiotic, really put the team back into the fight, as we're gonna get some percentage in favor of Team Rat. But Symbiotic's doing a great job on target priority with these hacks. Big problem for Team Rat is Distill is almost up to this barrage, and they don't have any hit scamming. You have a Hanzo, but that's not really the ideal person to go after this Pharah.
Yeah, I have to agree with you here, as they've got the ultimates to open things up here, starting it off. They've got the self-destruct. They've got almost all their ultimates pretty much on the board. There's going to be the nano boost coming in, the barrage as well, but the sleep dart going to be true in the end, but it still does not seem to be enough. But Overdeath comes through yet again with a huge nano annihilation, holding things strong for Team Rat.
What did you call it? The mega annihilation?
Mega death.
Mega death coming through strong once again for Team Rat. As we now see Symbiotic swapping over to the Soldier 76. They are continuing to recognize the problem that Distill is imposing on them, regardless of being 60% to 0. And the Dragons got eaten. Look at that. What a big play from Splash.
Yeah, big play indeed, but they've lost Piccho, who was going for a pulse bomb stick onto someone in the back line of Team Rat. Now they have to win this off with only the Valkyrie, and they've got a sound barrier to contest with. Symbiotic finding Burrito out is gonna force no one to reset.
As we're coming up on 80%, it all comes down to this final fight. Is no one going to strike back and make this a fight, or is Team Rat going to go one up in the series? And as you mentioned, for no one, it is critical that they try and win this first map because of the tilt potential.
It definitely is. The Splash is going to get demeched and taken away. The barrage is available. They're going to just take Overdeath out, but it's just not going to be enough. Munching trying to get the res back, but Team Rat take map number 1.
Whew. Nice recovery. You lose Night Market in a 100-0 dominating fashion, but that did not phase them. They go, all right, let's readjust. We play the Ramatra. We know they want to play Reinhardt on Control Center, and we know we can win in that 1v1 Ramatra versus Reinhardt. Then we come to Gardens, and I actually like the Ramatra into the Diva. I talked about it. Unless you can really put pressure onto Ramatra and get him down quickly, force out the Nemesis for it, Diva struggles to go against Ramatra. So very well played by Team Rat, and now they take that 1-0 lead in the series, but it's all about no one making and maintaining control of the mentals. That map was extremely close, extremely tight. You can't let losing that map get to you. This is the grand finals. It's only 1-0. It's a first to 4. This is going to be a long series.
It really is indeed, especially if things are more akin to the first round of Lijiang Tower. As we head into our next map type, it is going to be a hybrid pick, and it is going to be Blizzard World, Kings Row, or Hollywood here, Ray. And I don't currently expect Kings Row to be the choice for no one.
It depends. I think when they lost in that Ramatra Reinhardt duel, I would think going to Kings Row is just asking to play that duel once again, Reinhardt versus Ramatra, and you didn't fare well in the first go around. So do you really want to try and test your luck on a second bout with it. One thing they did look good on is like D.Va, and we've seen them previously look good on ball compositions. So based on that, I think Hollywood or Blizzard World's a good choice, but I think Blizzard World specifically plays into D.Va ball the best.
Yeah, so we do have the map pick, but we are waiting for our lovely producer to get it ready for you for the graphic to come up on stream here. But it is one of the two that you just discussed. We're going to be heading to Hollywood here. Sorry, our producer made me break. This is not cool. Not cool, hippie. But we're headed to Hollywood to start the map number 2.
Sorry about that. I had a little too much pepper on my salad. Sneezed in during the grand finals. What am I doing? As Hollywood, as we mentioned, the ball and the D.Va that we've seen no one like to play. It works well here. If Distill wants to continue to play this far, I think it's going to be a good map, a favorable map to want to play Pharah. So it's going to lend itself well. I do think if you're Team Rat, you can continue, especially defensively, to play this Ramatra going against the D.Va. My question is, if no one comes out with the ball, how do Team Rat react to that? We saw in their previous series when they won on Lijiang Tower on Night Market, they actually came out with the ball. Team No One did previously, and when they took the point pretty well with the ball, their reaction was to go D.Va, and I really like that. D.Va against ball, micro missiles can put a lot of pressure onto him, and then they ended up forcing Splash to go in a D.Va duel, and it was a very close map. That's why you saw No One come out on D.Va this time around. So I think that's what they're going to look at, but it's going to be a close one. We have to see a response from Team Rat. I know it's a first to 4, but going down 2-0 is still devastating in a series like this.
It really is. I mean, obviously you can go down 2-0. It's a first to 4, so it's not like our first to 3 is where. So first to 2, if you've lost 2 already, you're down. You're on to match point. You still have another 2-map buffer, but again, you don't want to be down 2-0 because that just makes your life a lot harder to change things going forward. And again, there's that mental aspect that comes into the games that, hey, you're down 2-0. Now that thought in your back mind is in the back of your head is coming in. And you're like, oh, we're gonna lose this. So you might just start not trying, even though you aren't like actively throwing.
I don't know if it's the gamer in me or the software developer in me, but as we load into this map, Nighttime Hollywood is just the best version of Hollywood. I'm sorry. I just love the nighttime versions of these maps.
You know, it's really
it's just awesome.
They such the easy way out, though, Ray. They just took away the Halloween stuff and just made this Hollywood without the Halloween stuff.
Listen, I don't care what they did. It's still a Nighttime Hollywood that I don't have to wait for Halloween to get. Like, I'm all for it. As we see Team Rat, actually let's talk about No One since they're on the defense. They are going to play this D.Va, so no Wrecking Ball for them today. I think they just know that if they go Wrecking Ball, Team Rat's going to counter with the D.Va, and that could just be really hard to play against the Wrecking Balls. So they're just going to match the D.Va from the beginning, especially since they're just as talented as Team Rat at the D.Va v D.Va. So, I mean, we saw it on Night Market. No One absolutely dominating that map on the D.Va matchup.
Yeah, they definitely did. Because I'm about to see here. Oh, there we go. There's the sneeze coming in. And now coming in as well, the attacking phase of Team Rat. And we have been seeing a little bit more of Genji played, even though it hasn't really been changed much. We've seen it a lot on Havana. And I'm interested to see how Symbiotic works it into their Hollywood attack.
Yeah, and Lucas on this Widow, so No One has to be very aware of the sight lines and be extremely careful. But Lucas, Picjo applies the pressure onto him and gets him down.
Yeah, Picjo already coming in, taking out the sniper of Lucas here. And Picjo still looking for some more picks. They are going to get forced away thanks to the damage coming in from Symbiotic and company, but they are just kind of contained in this top high ground. Now they're going to try to make the dive in. Symbiotic does get caught out. The peel there was immaculate from Splash and company for no one to keep up Burrito for the time being. It's a nice coming through. Pick Joe still looking for Lucas here, but they are forced away and found out in the end. The anti-nade coming in from both of the Annas, but who can come out on top? It is going to be Splash finding the D-Mech. And, well, it should be the, no, it's not going to be, as both of the supports are now gone and out of this fight for no one, and that should be Team Rat taking the point.
Very impressive from Team Rat. I like Lucas going onto the Hanzo. The Widow has a really hard time dealing with the Tracer because you have to charge up those shots to even get the kill on the Tracer. Hanzo's just like, just releasing my bow and headshot you and force you away. So Tracer has to play a lot more careful around a Hanzo. As we now see Symbiotic with the blade.
Oh, yeah, the Dragon Blade coming out, finding 1-2. That's all they're gonna get, but that's all they need, as no one is gonna have to reset.
Yeah, Symbiotic's gonna have to be very careful here as the nades come in. So no longer vulnerable is Burrito. Oh, what a deflect on that sleep dart. As we see the fully regroup, no one, Symbiotic gets naded is down.
Yeah, Symbiotic down and out, and the rally coming in from Munching to re-engage the fight for both of these teams. Now the rally out from Lion as well as the self-destruct comes through. Not gonna find anything just yet, as the nano boost also has been invested. It was on the Munching, but they are going to get anti-naded up and taken out now. Team Rat has the upper hand. They've got the Nano Diva and forcing back Splash, demeching them, and continuing their push of the car.
It will continue the push, but no one should get another contest out of this. A Symbiotic continuing to get anti-naded and Munching with the follow-through on the whip shot. I mean, no one's got to come in right here, right now, as Team Rat is down one person. They cannot let them cap here.
They cannot. They as the Dragon Strike is going to come in from Lucas here to try to stop them from getting back to the point. But, well, Splash is already there. The self-destruct is available. They've already lost Munching yet again. They do still have the self-destruct to hopefully keep things in their favor. The self-destruct coming out. It finds Lucas and Symbiotic, but no, Splash cannot get back in the mech. His Team Rat are able to capture point 2.
Actually, can't believe it got both the Shimada brothers there. They have a lot of mobility. They still got hit by that. Anyway, I got to bring it up once again, Joker. Who did I say to watch at the beginning of this? I said, watch Team Rat support line. Cornelius is hard carrying. These nade setups have been spectacular. And you need setups like that for Genji. Genji is extremely frail. And getting the antis on them just allows him to finish off targets so much easier.
Yeah, it really can. And the Burritos already have the nice pulse bomb stick, though, coming out and taking Lucas back to spawn. So that could be the opening they need. The rally coming in, but the blade coming through as well, taking out the rallying Munching, as this is looking disastrous right now for no one here, right?
That it is, as they are rounding the final corner, final fight for no one to do something. They're going to have to deal with an incoming rally and a Dragons, but they have the ultimates. This is on Distill's back. The overclock must come through in a huge way for his team.
Yeah, it really does. Is they're gonna pop the nano boost on to Distill, putting their eggs into all the one basket, and Cornelius goes down, but the Dragon Strike and self-destruct find 2 of their own. This is not looking good for no one here, as this might be over. It is indeed, as Team Rat capture with almost 3 minutes on the board.
Joker, I don't like being that guy, but nano overclock, getting 1 kill, not going to cut it. I'm sorry. Just still needed to get more with that, and unfortunately just could not. We saw so many charge shots, just could not hit them and could not come through for their team. Very unfortunate, but they still have a chance here. That is a very big time bank that Team Rat has amassed for themselves, but no one, we saw Team Rat do it. You could do it yourself too. I mean, I feel like go Hanzo at this point. You see how much value Lucas is getting on it, and I feel like Piccho or Distill are very capable. I mean, Distill's done a good job, you know, overall on the Sojourn. Go Hanzo.
Yeah, something's gotta give. I mean, something's gotta change, because I mean they're about to go down 2-0 here right now. It's not looking good for him, Ray. It really isn't. They are going to go Hanzo here, though.
They are, but Team Rat is just so toxic. They're going Bastion. I'm all for it. I love me some Bastion, but that could be, honestly, Joker, we talk about, you know, how no one can be in some of the members of their team. Imagine, like, the ultimate tilt that could be is getting beat by a Bastion.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like the old Bastion comps where you'd see double shield, Bastion Torb, Mercy Bap. That's not what this is. That's complete toxicity. This is still works well. Bastion is interestingly enough in a pretty good space in Overwatch. But, well, they're not in Overwatch anymore. They're back in their spawn. Munching with a nice volley, taking Symbiotic out. And now, this side of no one can freely take the space and start their capture of the point. And they've just pretty much forced Team Rat all the way away. And they pretty much have to give up this first point.
I'm a huge fan of this composition that no one has come out on, Joker. You have, especially Munching on the Zenyatta. A lot of these characters that Team Rat are playing, the D.Va, very vulnerable to the Discord orb. Then you throw in the what?
Yeah,
Team Rat's come back in this fight. What is this?
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good at all. As they were able to separate the supports from the rest of no one, and we're able to capitalize on that.
I kid you not, Joker. I was going on a color tangent because I thought, oh, you know, no, they get the point. It's over. Like, let me start talking, and it just didn't happen. But I do like the Zenyatta. Lots of pressure onto the D.Va, as I mentioned, but you also give Piccho an advantage with the Harmony Orb going against Symbiotic in this Tracer duel.
They've got to figure it out here and now. They want to have a similar time bank, but the nano boost comes in. Symbiotic does get their head taken off, though, with the arrow. The self-destruct comes in. Was almost perfectly placed there by Splash, actually, as the Transcendence in, trying to solidify the fight into the favor of no one, and it seems to be happening. Finally, as Lucas the King is out, Cornelius quickly follows afterwards as no one opens up the point.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was a nano tracer that Team Rat went with Symbiotic, went into the back line, it was really good peel coming out from no one, and then they whiffed the pulse bomb. So it's very similar to that nano overclock that only got 1 kill, but you got 0 with the nano and the pulse bomb. So even worse, and big reason why no one's able to take that.
Ooh, and they've already taken Symbiotic out as well here as the Nano Boost coming in onto Piccho. They are going to not find the pick on the Lucas the King, as Lucas is going to be the one to find the last laugh in the end, as they're going to have to try again on their attacking phase.
Yes, both teams unfortunately struggling with their nano tracer. I mean, it's just a beautiful sweep by Cornelius once again, continuing to carry this lobby on the Ana. But Distill's taking down Lucas, so this puts a nice little opening for no one. They're going to be regrouped, so now they can push back in.
Yeah, they can push back in, so they're going to come in with the Dragon Strikes. Piccho looking for a pulse bomb as well, but they are still they don't need the pulse bomb. It's just still clicking heads, and it should be enough for them to continue this hold. The Nano Boost is going to be invested. The self-destruct coming in, gonna find Cornelius out as well, and no one died to Overdeath, who was pushing the objective without Splash in their mech to hold on. But well, there comes a self-destruct kill of their own though, so it's still anyone's point as the Dragon Strike's going to be invested as well.
It's interesting, Joker. We always have that saying as casters, right? The later support ultimate tends to be the better one. In this situation, the later Diva Bomb that ends up killing the Ana tends to be the better one, as both Diva Bombs killed the Ana, but Overdeath's was later, and because of their spawn advantage, their Ana gets back faster. Huge advantage, Team Rat.
Yeah, definitely advantage currently down to under 2 minutes here for no one. They have the Kitsune Rush available, though. This should be all they need to win the fight, as they only have this rally available. And there's the Kitsune Rush coming in, but still no picks coming through from no one as the rally comes in, and Piccho's gone and out of this fight, as this is just disastrous yet again for no one.
As now Overdeath says, anything I can do, anything you can do, I can do better. To Splash. Eats the dragons of their own, eats Distills dragons. And that was the key. The Kitsune Rush came in, but there wasn't a whole lot of people in that rush focusing players. The rally got ultimate value because they just sat there and continued to gain their health, and no one was really focusing anyone. And that was all she wrote. No one, however, this is their fight to lose, Joker. They got Pulse, they got Nano, they're very close to Diva Bomb. They got to finish this point off right here, right now.
Yeah, as this should, well, I mean, they've got to, right? It's down to 45 seconds. This is not looking good right here. They do find Cornelius, but they need to have more decisive kills. And finally, it seems like that is the case. The Nano Boost does go on to Splash, and there it is, a decisive fight, and that's what we can expect from no one when they take their time and actually plan the fight out.
A very good defensive hold on second point, however, from Team Rat. And now you force out the Pulse Bomb very early on this third point attack. The issue here, Joker, is we're in hybrid. So no one has to make sure they finish with time on the clock. So they're going to have to probably take this point while only like taking one fight. Like they're going to have to deliver this pretty much untouched in order to avoid a lose or draw situation.
And it's gonna be pretty hard because Ray, you didn't mention it.
Yeah.
Team Rat got a lot of ultimates on their side right now, and they've already used 2. They haven't found anything, but finally Splash is gonna go down, but the remake not going to be possible as Overdeath pops their own self-destruct. Again, nothing really been found just yet, but they are going to win this fight.
Yeah, but 50 seconds on the clock. I think, unfortunately, you are now in the spot where I don't think you can finish with time on the clock. So no one is just really hoping for a draw at this point, but they have to finish this map first. But the D-Mech already comes through on Splash.
The D-Mech already there. The copy there, though, from Distill, trying to build up to this Deadeye. They've got it up and available. Are they going to use it? No, they are not. That's not looking the best. The rally has come out as well. There's no more ultimates, and Splash is gone and out of this fight. Burrito needs to stay alive. They need to be able to get the Nano Boost off, but they're out of this fight already. 10 seconds or 5 seconds to go. All they have found is Lucas. This is all but over. The pile driver coming in from Splash, but they've already lost Munching. The Deadeye trying to zone out the remaining members of no one. The Nano Boost there on the Piccho. The self-destruct comes through, takes out Splash. Piccho is finding picks, but is it enough to keep things going in the favor of no one? It does look to be the case, but they've got to win at least one more fight.
It's not even going to be a full fight because of the overtime spawns. I think you're looking at an extremely staggered last fight for Team Rat. This is very winnable for no one, especially their DPS. So close to those ultimates.
They're going to be making a full-scale swap here for Team Rat, as they are going to get the last-second touch to come through. Lucas the King swapped over to Widowmaker for some hero plays, it looks like. Can they land a shot? They've already lost over Death's mech. Lucas needs to find the picks. The Symbiotics, the one to take out Munching, and Big Joe goes down. The obvious route was obvious, and that's gonna cost no one everything in the end, as it's just Distill and Splasher to go, and then it's just Team Rat clearing the point off. This is over. Team Rat takes map number 2.
Wow, Team Rat backs against the wall, trying to just finish off no one, not wanting to go to overtime, to extras on Hollywood. Overdeath comes in just in time with that touch, and then the hero play from Lucas. Like you mentioned, they knew as soon as they started to get a little bit of pressure onto Picjo on that tracer, they know there's only one way for you to come at me, and that is through that stairwell. I'm gonna be waiting for you, and I'm gonna snipe your head. Huge plays coming from Lucas on that Widow.
Yeah, things not looking too good right now for no one, and it was partially off the back of Lucas's Widowmaker, but I also definitely want to highlight Symbiotics Tracer there, finding all the kills that they need in the end. Is now things aren't looking too good. I kept saying it. They're down 2-0 going into map number 3. It is going to be, again, no one's pick for an escort map type. But they've got to figure it out here and now, because I mean, you don't want to you don't want to go down 2-0. You definitely don't want to go down 3-0, because I mean, then you have to pull out the reverse sweep.
Yeah, I forget what the map pool for escort is. I'm pretty sure Rialto's in it. I'm pretty sure Junkertown's in it.
I can tell you here, Ray.
Go ahead.
Rialto, Havana, Junkertown, and Shambhala Monastery.
Yikes. All those maps are pretty good for Diva, as we've seen. Team Rat is very, very good at this Diva composition. Problem is, Distill has been incredible on the hit scan. Whether it's, I mean, not Distill, Lucas. Well, I mean, not that Distill hasn't. Distill's also been good, but Lucas specifically has been dominant on that Hanzo and that Widow. Do not take them to Junkertown. Do not take them to Junkertown. They will be like dancing in their room if you take them to Junkertown.
I think the only one they could actually really take them to is Havana. Or not Havana, Rialto.
Yeah, it's the only one where the snipers aren't as heavily favored, but Rialto is still great for Widows, so you're really, it is a tough road ahead for no one, as just waiting for that map pick coming in.
This is interesting. Interesting indeed, Raymond, as it is not going to be Rialto. It is not going to be Havana. It is not going to be Junkertown. As
Jumping the gun, Joker.
I thought I gave him enough time here. Now I've given him enough time vamping and vibing until it is Shambhala Monastery available for no one.
I'm all for it, man. I don't get to cast this map enough, so I'd love to see this map. Yeah, I think I've casted it 2, maybe 3 times so far.
I've casted it so much.
So I'm very excited. I mean, from what I've seen in it, seems to be a really good map for some Sigma. Lots of, hit scan, lots of Hanzos, lots of Widows. So I'm very excited to see how this map is going to turn out for both teams. I just know Distill and Lucas have a nice little playground to play some hit scan.
Very true indeed. I really want to see a cheeky little strat come out from no one here and maybe pull out the May Ice